Wait, we're rolling? Shoot! This is Raymond Hayden. Welcome to Spin, Stories from the Green Room. Yo. Oh, shoot. Why didn't someone tell me? Sorry, I normally don't take many selfies, so shh, don't tell them. Anyhow, hey, welcome back. If you're tuning in new to Spin, my name is Raymond Hayden. I'm your host, Stories from the Green Room, specifically Stories from my Green Room. This is episode 8 of 10, and today we are going to talk about Grieve the Astronaut, but the new Grieve the Astronaut, and the album is Signs, and the show is Signs, and we'll be debuting that April 9th of 2022, next year. So if you're watching this now, yeah, next year. Anyway, so more details will come out about that. Again, if you want to find out more details about us, the debut up to now, just go to grievetheastronaut.com. So, in the last episode, we talked about Ghost of the Delirium, how I wrote a solo album, but I also wrote this album. I wrote this album, Signs, for Grieve the Astronaut, and the band at the time had been in hiatus, and I brought the band out of hiatus and actually have a lot of new members, and we are developing the new sound. So what is Signs all about? Signs are all of us taking the blinders off. That's one thing that I really learned a lot through the pandemic, through COVID, all that, is really, truly valuing yourself and what that means. And so what I did was, and there's a lot of you who, maybe you know this, maybe you don't know this, maybe you care, maybe you don't care. Anyway, I got a coach. I hired a coach. His name is Sean Hall. His coaching service is called Inflow. That's Sean Hall. And he basically started working with me, and we broke down my life, the pie chart of, finances and health and welfare and friends and family and love and work and all this stuff. This big, very complex, sounds very complex, but broke it down, kind of find out where I sat with everything and break it down. And you're thinking, how does a pie chart relate to music in a band? Stay with me, okay? Stay with me. I know it's been a long road here, but just stay with me. So anyway, Signs, how all this relates. As I started going through this journey into myself, and not anything other than just really trying to understand myself, which is what life's all about, realizing that there is no destination. Absolutely not a destination, because normally when you get to that destination, you may be disappointed that it's not what you built it up to be. It's a journey. It's these experiences. It's going to the ocean to record, or going to the San Juans to record, or going to Europe with your friends, or doing whatever. All these experiences are the things that make us who we are. And the bad things too, the loss, the pain, the suffering, the depression, all this stuff. As we get through that, it makes us stronger and allows us to help other people. So I'm going on about a lot of stuff. This is what Signs is all about. Through my coaching, I was able to start really, truly valuing myself. There's so much time and energy I've put into people and entities and situations that didn't benefit me or them. They didn't care as much as I thought. I cared more about them or their situation than they cared, maybe they cared about me or my situation. And that's not a healthy relationship. So I don't want to say I've removed myself, but just basically taking that focus and putting it on myself has in turn allowed me to really focus on those around me who really do care about things other than themselves. And this is a big world, but it's a small world. And the more we do to really take care of ourselves, the more we're going to be able to give to others and lift others up. And so that's the start of where Signs came from. The first song is called Signs. It's truly seeing those things. They're not just coincidences, but if something happens, you're like, oh, maybe I should call someone because you saw a sign. Well, call them. So what if they're fine? You never know. The second song is a song called Madness, which we just released with Circa, who's one of the backing vocalists, one of the additional vocalists acting in that. And that song is about the reality that actually, because I don't want to go song by song, because we're going to be releasing a song every couple months on that album, and they all relate to the same thing, and that is, when we listen, when we look around and really take things in and take our blinders off and accept things, not as coincidences, but things that's supposed to happen, and they're happening right when they need to happen. Timing is everything. It's how we, if we weren't with one person, it wouldn't have led us to being with another person. If we didn't have one bad thing happened to us that wouldn't have led us to, a better situation, like with a job or with a financial situation or something. So all these songs relate to slowing down, smelling the roses, if you will. I know that's cliche, but it's a good one. What are you going to do? But really, literally just embracing those and realizing that every one of us, I don't care what gender you are, whether you're male, female, you're transgender, you're non-binary, you're homosexual, heterosexual, what continent you're from, what skin color you're on. All that, those are just opinions, and those are just things that that make up an accumulation of our experiences that have led us to believe where we are at a particular time. But what binds us all is we all just want to be heard. We all just want to be happy. It's really that simple. And instead of just giving into all this hate and doing whatever, is take a deep breath and listen. It's amazing what we can learn from people. And some of my good friends, some of my best friends, I could not disagree with more on some pretty, what I would think are important topics. Not life or death, but pretty important topics. But by listening, by, letting those things around me, the signs, if we will, affect me, and bring that, to the forefront of how I live my life. And then again, realizing that what madness is all about is we all want the same things. And if we just recognize that within each other, the world would be a lot better place. It would be more kind, it would be more loving. And that actually is what this whole album is about. Grieve the Astronaut. It's grieving the loss of hope. And it's, ironically, we are trying to bring that hope back. So hopefully you will check us out online, grievetheastronaut.com. The singles that have been released this year to date are Sayora, Signs, Madness, Put Aside Your Worries, getting ready to come out in the next couple of months, and then A Beautiful Place. And anyway, we'll see you next time on Spin. Thanks for stopping by. You too.